The NFL is coming down hard on the Chicago Bears with massive fines that could change everything before the biggest game of the year. We have a star pass rusher facing a potential suspension for a hit that has the entire league divided, and a massive injury update on George Kittle that completely flips the script for this weekend. You need to hear exactly what head coach Ben Johnson is saying about this controversy because the playoff implications are absolutely massive. If you want the Bears to crush the Niners and clinch the NFC North this weekend, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get this win. We have to start with the story that is setting the internet on fire right now. Austin Booker is in the crosshairs of the NFL front office, and it is looking expensive. We are talking about a situation that is still pending, but the numbers being thrown around are staggering. He is facing potentially $40,000 in fines for his hits against the Packers. Now look, Austin Booker is a young, hungry player who has been an absolute revelation since coming back from injury. He plays with a motor that does not quit. But the league is looking at that hit on Jordan Love and they are not seeing a football play, they are seeing a check they want to cash. It is frustrating because, as fans, we watch these plays in real time. It happens so fast. You have a defender flying in, trying to make a play on the quarterback, and suddenly the target area changes. Is a defender supposed to defy the laws of physics in midair? That is the question we are all asking. Austin Booker came out and said it himself. He said, "Shoot, we're just playing football. Whatever happens, happens." He made it clear he prays for Jordan Love and never wants to see anyone hurt, but emphasized that injuries are part of the game. He is not out there trying to be dirty, he is out there trying to win. But the league office doesn't seem to care about intent. They are talking about $17,000 for the first roughing penalty, and another $23,000 for the helmet-to-helmet contact. That is $40,000 for a guy on a rookie contract. That is a massive chunk of change for a young player who was a late-round pick. And there were even whispers, speculation really, about a one-game suspension. Now, I do not buy the suspension talk for a second. That feels like fear-mongering. But the fines? Those are real, and they hurt. It feels like the Bears are paying a success tax, sometimes, doesn't it? Every time we get a physical defense that intimidates opponents, the flags start flying. Austin Booker has been having a career year. In just 8 games, he has racked up 29 total tackles, 11 quarterback hits, and 3.5 sacks. The guy is a disruptor. He is exactly the kind of edge presence this team has been starving for. But now he has this cloud hanging over him heading into the San Francisco game. And you have to wonder, is this going to make him hesitate? Is he going to pull up a millisecond early next time and miss the sack because he is worried about his bank account? Head coach Ben Johnson weighed in on this, and his comments were fascinating. He actually agreed with the call. He said the hit on Jordan Love was 100% a flag because of the concussion result. He took some of the blame on himself, saying it's on the coaching staff to teach better technique. But he also admitted, and this is the key part, that it is one of the hardest things to coach. When you are launching at a quarterback, and it's a bang-bang play, there is almost nothing you can do to adjust. It is a brutal spot for a player to be in. But I have to ask you, and I want you to be honest with yourself here, do you think the league is punishing the outcome rather than the action? It feels like if the quarterback pops right up, it's a 15-yard penalty, and we move on. But because he got hurt, they want to drop the hammer. It is a slippery slope. Ben Johnson is doing the right thing by taking the heat publicly, but privately, you know the defensive room is frustrated. We want our guys playing fast and physical. We don't want them thinking about FedExing a check to the league office every time they rush the passer. Now, shifting gears to the opponent. The San Francisco 49ers are coming into town, and they are banged up. The biggest news concerns their superstar tight end, George Kittle. This is a game changer. Kittle is dealing with an ankle injury he suffered against the Colts on Monday night. Remember, the Niners are already on a short week. They played Monday, we are playing Sunday. That rest disadvantage is real. And now, their best playmaker is hobbling. Kittle described the injury as getting hip dropped, and said his ankle got stuck in the turf. He tried to play through it, taped it up, and went back out there, but he admitted it got worse as the game went on. He said something very telling. He said if he can't run fast or plant, it is better to have other guys in there. George Kittle is one of the toughest dudes in the NFL. If he is saying he might be a liability, that ankle is hurting. This isn't just a little soreness. This is a legitimate issue for them. This changes the entire defensive game plan for the Bears. Kittle is the safety blanket for their offense. He is the guy who converts those third and shorts. He is the guy who finds the soft spot in the zone when the play breaks down. If he is not 100%, or if he doesn't play at all, that San Francisco offense looks a lot different. He has nearly 600 yards and 7 touchdowns this season. He is a monster. But on a short week, with a bad ankle? The odds are stacked against him being his usual dominant self. Jeremy Fowler reported it is a mid to low ankle sprain, which is better than a high ankle sprain, but don't let that fool you. The playoffs are right around the corner. San Francisco is thinking about the long game. Are they really going to risk ruining Kittle for the postseason just to grind out a win in Chicago? Maybe. But it is a massive risk. And for us, this is the opening we need. We have Tremaine Edmonds back in the lineup, which was already going to help with coverage over the middle, but facing a slowed-down Kittle makes that matchup heavily favor Chicago. We need to talk about what this win would mean. A victory this weekend clinches the NFC North. It secures the number 2 seed. The stakes could not be higher. San Francisco is fighting for seeding 2, so they aren't going to roll over, but the injury report is definitely tilting in our favor. Alright, I need to hear from you guys on the big controversy of the week. This is the question of the day. Do you think Austin Booker's hit on Jordan Love was actually dirty? I want you to go down to the comments right now. Type Y for yes if you think it was malicious, or M for no if you think it was just a football play that had an unfortunate result. Let's see where the fanbase really stands on this one. While you are down there, let's talk about a guy who deserves way more respect than he is getting. We need to talk about DeMarco Jackson. There is a lot of talk about who the Bears need to re-sign. Everyone talks about the big names. But DeMarco Jackson has quietly become one of the most important pieces of this defense, and we need to lock him down. This is a guy who was brought in as a depth piece, a special teamer, someone to just fill out the roster. But look at what he has done since week 12. He has been lights out. Jackson came from the Saints, where he played under Dennis Allen. He knows the system. He is fast, he is athletic, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder because New Orleans gave up on him. The Bears scooped him up, and he has repaid that faith 10 times over. Since stepping into a larger role, he has racked up 26 tackles, an interception, and 3 pass deflections. He was the defensive player of the week against the Browns. You don't stumble into that kind of production. He is a culture guy. You can see it on the sideline. You can see it in the way his teammates celebrate with him. He appreciates being in Chicago. He isn't taking a single snap for granted. And honestly, I think he has earned the roster spot over some of the guys we drafted higher. I am looking at Noah Sewell here. No disrespect to Noah, but DeMarco Jackson is outplaying him. Jackson is in the final year of his deal. He is going to be a free agent. The Bears cannot let him walk. We talk all the time about building a sustainable winner. That doesn't just mean signing superstars for $100 million. It means finding the guys like DeMarco Jackson, the grinders, the depth guys who step up when starters get hurt and play at a starter level. That is how you win Super Bowls. You need depth that you can trust. Jackson has proven he is that guy. Ryan Poles needs to get this deal done. It won't break the bank, but it will secure the backbone of this linebacker core for the next few years. This team is gelling at the perfect time. The defense is flying around, the coaching staff seems to have found their rhythm, and despite the penalties and the fines, the aggression is exactly where it needs to be. We just need to clean up the flags and stay healthy. This weekend is going to be a war. The Niners are tough, injured or not. But with Kittle hobbled and our defense playing with this kind of fire, I like our chances to lock up the North. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are building something special here, and I appreciate every single one of you who watches, comments, and supports the channel. Remember to hit that like button if you are hyped for the game, and subscribe so you never miss a breaking update. My name is Nick, and as always, bear down.